So if you have a player that's specifically saying, I don't even want to wear a set of colors that represents you as a human being, that shows, sort of nods to you and your community that have went through so much. If you don't even want to do that, if you don't even want to meet this community halfway, why the fuck would they pay for tickets?
Okay, I want to talk about this because the North Carolina Courage, they played against San Diego, and I believe.
Let's give people a truncated, I just want
to give a little bit of context because
basically they signed a bigot.
Hold on, right?
And now people aren't showing up to the games and they stink.
Sure, that's definitely the Cliff Notes
right?
Version. But San Diego, they lost. Okay, but I want to make this clear. So North Carolina Courage, obviously they're playing in Cary, North Carolina. San Diego Wave went over there. Alex Morgan plays for them. They sold like 6,000 more tickets because people wanted to see Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan is a name especially in women's soccer, dude. People show up specifically
in soccer overall. She's an absolute superstar. One of the most recognizable American players in the world, without a doubt. But
one of the most marketable names.
Yes, and then so there was at the press conference after the game, there were questions fielded to Merritt Mathias, who plays. I think she's a fullback. I forgot where she played, but I remember seeing her at. We saw her at she was injured during the NWSL championship game when North Carolina won a couple years ago. But a spectacular player,
known for not holding back in an interview, apparently.
Right, because she was asked about fan support. And this is a journalist. So the person who asked the question I saw this was in the tweet. This came from Mitch Northam. He covers the North Carolina Courage. This tweet was from Nicholas Schnitker, who was I probably either at the stadium or on the call where this question was fielded. But you can see the partial quote here. It says that there's been a very particular voice that has been heard in wanting to support the community, and personally, I don't think we've done a great job of that in the past years. That is a quote from Merritt Mathias.
If you pull up the quote, the actual screen cap, the first part is the fan support has wavered. It isn't a coincidence that Alex Morgan is playing and there are 6,000 people that are here. Previous games, the support has wavered, and there are reasons for that, and there are reasons why people are here that haven't wanted to spend their money or beliefs, and that is up to them.
Right. So
basically, intimating that people don't align with whatever. I don't want to say what the club represents, but what is happening maybe on the pitch.
And she mentions the player's name as well, Jaylene Daniels, and this was all news when they brought back Jaylene Daniels. She was the player who was playing for the U.S. team and did not.
She pulled in what's his
Idrissa
name?
Gueye.
Idrissa Gueye.
Yeah, she did not want to play. And wear the rainbow colored numbers or
on her back.
On her back, and look, she has whatever views that she has. I've they've never been super clear to me exactly what they are. But
she changed her last name, right? She used to be Hinkle.
Yeah. But look, she retired
from... Trying to
hide. She retired from soccer, and she came back, and then the Courage brought her back. A lot of fans were not happy about that decision, and they are voicing that with
by not showing up.
So, and you see here, Merritt says everyone knows all these things, and I think bringing back Jaylene was a decision made by the club, and as a player who is part of the community, you have to work through those struggles, but that is what a team is about. So we bring this up because this is, this was a decision by the Courage. Obviously, they have a whole other host of issues. A lot of players left because of the prior coach and everything that the aftermath of all of that. But this is one of the few times that we've heard it from a fellow club teammate of like, yo, we know why this is happening, and Merritt Mathias is saying it's difficult to play here when there's not a lot of fans, and it's affecting our play, and we're not getting that support and encouragement that we're used to getting. Courage have won several championships. They've always been a good team.
They were unstoppable.
And now things are a little bit different, and she's calling out a teammate by name. And it's not anyone's.
But she said it's what a team's about, so she is saying like we're gonna have to figure out a way through this together,
right? And it's a challenging thing, even for North Carolina Courage fans. Like, why they want to support the players, they don't want to support one particular one, and they want to have their voice be heard towards a club that they feel like is not listening to them by bringing in this player.
I mean, you've seen the reactions to her on social media. This is your core fan base. I think of business in two different ways. If let's say you're a restaurant and you have a specific menu and people aren't coming in, you're saying to yourself, yeah, but...
Hold on. David Meyer said, sounds like they're dealing with some consequence.
If you're listening to this, you are probably thinking yourself, this has to end. And I promise you, I hope it never does. I hope it never does. Everyone's autocorrect is screwed. Whatchamacallit? I think there's a few Dipset fans in their 30s here. Wait, why? What are we laughing at?
Oh, I don't know.
Whatchamacallit? Shouts to Dipset, bro. By the way, Penguin said, I'm bonita. My sister's la chinita.
Okay.
Which is, what a nickname, bonita.
Yeah.
There's only two things. Either you're gorgeous or hideous. Those are the only two ways you're bonita, right? It's like a big guy called Tiny. You know what I'm talking about? Latino families are slick with it. Whatchamacallit? Dealing with the consequences. If you're a restaurant and you have a few regulars, but you're not doing great business, you have two ways of thinking, like, yo, we can't change the menu because then the people that are paying our bills won't show up.
Right.
But you're also never going to get bigger, right? Because this is what doing X equals, X equals Y, right? Like if you're doing this, you're going to get this result. So if you're North Carolina Courage, you have to ask yourself, do we sit back and wait and hope this changes, or hope that this person can make amends with the community, or the community will, respect beliefs that I think are pretty atrocious, if I'm being completely honest with you personally? Or do you say like, all right, this didn't work, you're out of here, Yeah, it's a tough position to put pretty much everyone in. I can't, if I'm just simply looking at the numbers and running a business, I can't see how the North Carolina Courage didn't see this happening. They knew this was going to happen. They just 100% knew. They thought they could get through it. Is she that valuable she's
a good player.
As a midfielder. She's a midfielder, right? Or no, right back.
I think she's a right back.
Yeah.
She's a good player. Not taking anything away from that, but look, there's an easy way to possibly get through this like PR is just like she explains her views in a way that don't completely come off as either hateful or dismissive, because she made that video like after she retired. She did it felt like a mini documentary.
It was like a Christian Mingle video.
Yeah, it was strange, and it was just like, hold on to these beliefs, and this is what, and it's just like, but you could just say beliefs, but you're not saying what that you are, like you're not being clear, like you think this is like. The way it comes off to me is like you think being gay is gross, and you don't want to say that because that will affect your job and your standing within your team. You don't
need to start using actual names, because for anyone just locking on, it sounds like you're chastising me personally.
Right.
So you need to,
bro. Look, figure it out. Go rewind if you need to,
bro. I completely agree with you, and I also she did what Carly Lloyd did with it's the culture, It's like you're using these things that don't have direct correlations to say what you want to say and hope you can get away with it. It ain't gonna work, and especially not with this fan base, bro.
Yeah,
your fan base has shown time and time again that if you are not progressive, if you don't care about the people that are paying for tickets, those people aren't going to pay for tickets. So if you have a player that's specifically saying, I don't even want to wear a set of colors that represents you as a human being, that shows, sort of nods to you and your community that went through so much. If you don't even want to do that, if you don't even want to meet this community halfway, why the fuck would they pay for tickets? Why the hell would they come and play for you?
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, pay to watch you play. way. They're not. They're not going to bang on drums. They're not going to carry flags. They're not going to do anything for you because you won't even wear a group of colors. You won't wear a prism of colors that's in the sky after it rains because of what it represents. And those are the people in the audience. And those people aren't going to come for you.
But it's so weird that this is the line that people draw. They don't want to wear a little rainbow thing because they feel like that is you're giving in to some belief that you do not hold. And it's like, well, then what is the belief that you don't hold? That these are
say
people. Just say it. That's what I'm saying.
Say it and take the consequences as they come. Right?
Just say the thing instead of pussyfooting around around your perspective. It's like deal with the consequences of your beliefs if this is what you hold.
Understand this? That pussy is heterosexual. Does that make you feel better, Jaylene? By the way, just how input. What is it with all the bees? I must have missed something. Someone else said, "Just go." What was it? Michael Raymond said, "Just go with it, Jess." And now everyone's just putting all bee stuff in the chat. Hollow said, "Alexis, my guy, come on, you're mid for that comment." What did I make? Or are you joking around about him chastising me? Get your life figured out, Alexis. Christian going off on Alexis's pizza beliefs. Barley Bloyd. Out of nowhere, Michael Raymond.
Hello.